Hello everyone, and welcome to the HOOTENANNY, the culmination of my mission to increase accessibility to playing music in Jackson Hole. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Why is music important to you in your life?
Music is like let's see. I guess it's always something that I like to listen to, and it's been such a touchstone of my life in various ways.
I feel like I listen to music like every single day.
It's like there's songs that I'll hear that'll transport me back to really distinct memories in my life or times in my life, which I really like.
I still sing, like as a stress reliever.
Right,
If
totally.
I'm at home, I put on songs that I know that I can sing along to.
Yeah.
Music is important to me as a stress reliever, as something just enjoyable and fun that I like to do. And when we camp, when we go do overnights on the
Yeah.
river and things, like singing around the campfire is usually part of what we do as well.
And then I like how music can be like a fun way to connect with people or to experience something as a collective.
Whether it's listening, playing, or performing, music is the backbone of my life. I was given my first guitar when I was 9 years old. At age 13, I played in front of my first real audience. These days, I play guitar in the Jackson Hole Community School Jazz Band. Throughout my life as a music lover, I've attended concerts amongst thousands and streamed my favorite songs countless times, leading me to believe that the listening and performance aspects of music are both fairly accessible. However, in my guitar journey, I found an inaccessibility to music in the areas of learning and playing. Whether it's the intimidating task of picking up a guitar and knowing where to start, the steep price tag of an entry-level instrument in lessons, or the limited availability of knowledgeable guitar teachers, learning to play is quite difficult. Even though I got my first guitar when I was 9, it took me several years to actually begin to learn the instrument, as something would always come in the way of my lessons. After learning the basics of guitar and expanding upon my playing ability with the jazz band of Jason Fritz, I've recognized the importance of playing music in my life. Playing music is a never-failing stress reliever, a constant motivator, and an incredibly fun experience. In a world where all of our favorite songs are just a click away and live shows are being held idle by the ongoing pandemic, it's clear that the time to explore playing an instrument is now. So what made you want to learn guitar?
I think I've always kind of wanted to know how. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to play a single instrument, but I like to sing, and like,
Yeah.
that's obviously like, I don't know. There's like a missing piece there.
No,
so
yeah.
I feel like I just always like thought it'd be cool to be able to like sing and play.
I wanted to pick up guitar because it just seems like a cool skill to have. I mean, just like sitting on your phone all day isn't really a good way to spend your time. I feel like guitar could be a cool new hobby for me to pick up and focus my mind on something else.
It's such an awesome instrument, and I think especially just because the acoustic guitar is like so fun and portable, and you can play it all over the place. And I think during COVID, trying to like tap into something a little different seemed appealing as well.
And you got yourself a way to read an e-board. What do you say with that? My goal was pretty simple: to provide an encouraging, stress-free, zero-cost program for participants to gain a basic understanding of guitar. The program would provide anyone access to a playable instrument for some time, 3 beginner-oriented lessons, and a chance to play a well-known song for the HOOTENANNY. With the help of 2 Jackson Hole music legends, Jason Fritz and Jeff Idemiller, I was off on my journey to increase accessibility to music in Jackson Hole. It all started with the guitar drive. To make this project one in which anyone could participate, I needed to collect some guitars that would be borrowed and played free of charge. So, with Jason's insight on where to advertise, I'd put ads out across Facebook groups and talk to members of my surrounding community about any old or unused guitars they might be willing to lend me for the project. Before I knew it, I had inquiries, so I made arrangements to pick these guitars up. With the help of surrounding community members, friends like Javi Huda, and my sponsor Jeff Idemiller, I was able to have 4 new guitars in addition to the playable ones that I owned for participants to use during the project. Some of these guitars needed a little bit of love, like an extra string here and there, but they were playable in no time. While I was gathering guitars, I was also diligent in spreading the word about the next components of the project, the free lessons and HOOTENANNY. I drafted an email and contacted many community members with hopes of casting a big net for the next legs of the project. Luckily, I was able to send my proposal and informational emails out to the entire Jackson Hole High School and grades 6 through 12 at the Mountain Academy. I definitely would say I underestimated the challenge of being a guitar teacher in the sense that so much goes into figuring out logistics and coordinating lessons. It requires a lot of foresight and patience. Each of my participants either took lessons individually or were divided into pods. And each pod and individual had a unique schedule and need. So I had to meticulously work to craft a schedule and coordinate lessons that worked for everyone. Everything right down to a reminder text the next day about a lesson took conscious thought. I was able to reserve the school jazz room, so most lessons took place in there. However, some lessons were held privately at participants' homes and my own home. The coordination process really all paid off during the lessons themselves.
2.
The lessons were a fresh, unique, and very rewarding experience. As I had never taught guitar before, I was fortunate to be able to call upon Jeff and Jason for advice in teaching methods and practices. In addition to coordinating lessons and a curriculum, I wrote out specific practice guides for each pod to go home and practice so they could keep their skills sharp. Each pod of participants took 3 lessons before playing their final song for the HOOTENANNY. And by the end of the final lesson, I had taught over 25 hours of guitar to 14 different participants. During the first novice lessons, we covered
So yeah, you really want to start
the proper way to hold a
sitting up
guitar,
straight and having your guitar on your right leg. Right leg. Or for Hayes,
the proper way to hold a guitar pick,
your thumb like that and just squeeze with your index finger. So right now, point
how a guitar works,
be as close to the next metal thing as possible.
the basics of tuning,
A dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie.
basic
Just work on
picking
going
exercises,
1, 2, 3, 4.
shaping and playing first chords.
Down. Here, planting.
In the later lessons, we moved into
2, 3,
playing multiple chords,
3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4.
and playing different strumming patterns.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4 up. 1, yeah. 2, 3, 4 up. 1, yes. 3, 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4 up. 1.
In the more intermediate focus lessons, we covered increasing picking speed and playing bar chords. Throughout this process, I grew quite fond of all the rewarding moments that arose from things finally clicking for
Rip it.
participants that were
Yeah. Yeah. You guys are playing chords. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Switch one more. 1, 2, 3. Bingo. We're getting it, guys. We're getting it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. Bingo. You guys are nailing it. That's awesome. Yeah, yeah. That's
get to a point where, you know, they have their own wings and their
Okay.
own style and their
Yeah.
own sound. And to me, like, that's why I do it.
And then, like, with that, what was your favorite or most memorable part of the experience?
I actually would probably say today, kind of coming in and realizing, like, as we were talking about how you almost you teach yourself even when you're not playing, like coming back and it's like suddenly a lot of the notes I was really struggling to play last week, I was able to play no problem, and then like sort of learn a second song today within 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Which was kind of shocking to me.
Like finally getting the switches was like super exciting.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
when
yeah,
it
yeah.
clicked, that's
Like it's just like the maybe just overall kind of like the rapid growth and progress that kind of you don't really expect.
Right.
I think it's really just the progression of the E open chord and how that slides down to different chords along with like down the neck as a bar chord, and the transition from E to F to G to A to B.
These rewarding moments of pride were something that really only came to me during the guitar teaching process, and it's a feeling that I've never really experienced before. But while I was immensely proud of all my participants when they were getting things to click during the lessons and really starting to pick up guitar, I've never been more proud than when I heard the final chords ring out of each participant's song for the Hootenanny. So, without further ado, here is the Hootenanny, where a complete novice to intermediate guitarist played through a well-known song in its entirety as a culminating first step in their guitar journey. I hope you enjoy. So, how much guitar experience did you have before this project?
none at all. Zero.
Not really a lot. None.
Very sporadic.
Very little. I played in 2nd and 3rd grade and then have not touched the guitar since.
Picked up a guitar and started strumming, but never actually gone into details, learned the chords or anything. So about 0.
None.
Some when I was in 9th grade,
Cool.
a long time ago.
Smorgasbord of 5 years of teaching myself songs.
Good. Nice job.
go next.
Yes, Ben! Let's go!
Ready? West Texas cowboys, they're all around. Liquor and money, oh, they're loaded down. Soon after their payday, oh, it seems a shame. You know my uncle, he starts a friendly game. A hollow jack in the Winnipeg Club. Uncle started winning, cowboys got sold. One of them called him, and there were two more.
Yeah.
Accused him of cheating, oh no, it couldn't be. You know my uncle, he's as honest as me. And I'm as honest as a Denver can be.
Yeah.
One of them cows, he starts to drum. I shot him down low, he never sung. Shot me another, hot damn, he won't go away. Gold. Out of the confusion, my uncle grabbed the gold, and he hightailed it down to Mexico. I love them cowboys, I love their gold. Love my uncle, God rest his soul. He taught me good, Lord, taught me all I know. He taught me so well, I grabbed that gold and left his dad there by the side of the road.
Yeah. Do you think you'll stick with guitar after this project?
Honestly, yes.
Sweet.
I found a guitar in my garage that's like completely, like not workable at all. But I was like talking to my mom, and I'm like, maybe I should get that fixed and like try and work on that. I think
Sick.
I am going to stick with guitar.
Right.
I actually started looking into setting up a summer lesson for myself
No way.
over in Victor.
Perfect.
Now I'm forgetting the guy's name, but yeah, it inspired me to get that started. So I'm gonna get myself into lessons this summer.
Hey, that's amazing.
Yeah, I think I'll stick with it for sure. Just like learning the basics, just makes me want to learn more and like improve. So yes, definitely.
Absolutely. I think if anything, it's just motivated me to continue to learn. Honestly, I probably hadn't touched the guitar in the last 6 months, and this has motivated me to take it to the next step. And one of the reasons why I hadn't touched it was because I got stuck and I couldn't move on. So this has been helpful.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this culminating video. I'd like to give a special thanks to all of my participants: Martha Olson, Sarah White, Vivian Hare, Morena Hare, Tyler Casera, Alex French, Hayes Millam, Pat Carney, Shannon Brooks Hamby, Noah Robertson, Ryan Millam, Ben Williams, and Matthew and Kyo Goert. It's been a really amazing process so far, and I'm really looking forward to see where you guys go with guitar next. And finally, I'd like to give a huge extra special thanks to Jason Fritz and Jeff Eidermiller for being incredible mentors throughout this whole process. I wouldn't have been here without you guys. Thanks.